In this video, I'll try to connect GiveWP donation plugin with Fluent CRM and via Zapier. We'll use Zapier as a bridge between Fluent CRM and GiveWP. So let's start doing this by going into your WordPress dashboard, and from here the very first thing you will need to do is going to your settings and then permalinks, and from here we need to save our permalink structure for one more time, because this might else you might get a 404 error while integrating with the API and GiveWP and Zapier. I got the error, and it took quite a bit of time to find out what was the issue. Actually, it was the permalink structure issue. So let's go to our GiveWP donation plugin, and the very first thing we need to go to is settings. I hope you already installed the Zapier add-on from GiveWP. If not, just go to Give website and download the Zapier add-on. So the very first thing we need is we need to go to actually tools, and then we need to go to the API, and here we need to generate a new set of API key for the current user. You can do this also by going into your user profile and scroll down, and here you can click generate API key, and a set of API key will be generated for you to authenticate GiveWP with Zapier. So now let's go to Zapier and click on make a Zap. So search for the app GiveWP. Here it is, and trigger an event. So as you might know, GiveWP have multiple events, like when a new donation is paid, like when a new donor paid a donation, or a donor updated his user field or donation amount. Like that, GiveWP have many more triggers, but we'll work with the trigger new donation only. So whenever someone submit a new donation using the GiveWP form, the data will be synced with Fluent CRM. So let's click continue. Now we need to sign in to GiveWP donation plugin the authentication. Just click on it, and it will open a pop-up which will ask for the authentication keys. So let's go back to the authentication key we have generated a couple of moments ago. Copy the public key, go to here and enter the public API key. Now get the API token also. Here's the API token. And now you need to give your site URL actually. So I need to copy the site URL actually from here, and then going to here, paste the site URL, and remember that this / doesn't here stay with the site URL as specified by here, without the trailing slash. Okay, so now click on yes and continue, and if the authentication is successful, it will give you the success message, or it will give you the error. So it's actually succeeded. So now let's go to Zapier and click on continue. The authentication is successful. So before testing the trigger, we need to go to our WordPress dashboard and make a donation form actually. So go to all forms. I'm sorry, maybe some network issues. Okay, create a new form and test form, name it anything you want, and choose a template from here, so our task becomes easier. So it's generated with the default setting. I do not want to alter any setting, just publish the form. Go to the front end of the form. Here is the form. Okay, let's do a test submission. So we can choose an amount like 100, and we can choose an email. Let's add a dummy email actually. So anything, okay, this one, and the amount is actually 100, not 1000, 100, and you can do a comment. This is not important actually. Now let's submit this. So the form is submitted. Now go to Zapier and do the test whether Zapier is receiving the data submitted with the GiveWP form. So click on test triggers, and if it's working, you will see the submission is listed here. So here you can see the name and the email and the payment amount. Here is the payment amount and bunch of other fields. We do not require all of those. We just need the name. Email is synced with our Fluent CRM plugin. So the test is successful. Go ahead, click on continue. Now the most important part, which is connecting Zapier to Fluent CRM. So we'll choose webhook module for this. Click on search for webhook and select it. Create an event. The event is actually post, and click on continue. We'll be posting all of the data submitted from GiveWP. So the URL, Zapier will ask for a webhook URL. So let's go back to your website and go to Fluent CRM and settings. From settings, go to incoming webhooks. Generate a webhook. I have tested before making this video, so I have couple of webhooks. Just let me delete all those and create a webhook. Give it a test name. Give it a name actually which can be test. So select the list, select the text, and give the status. So the webhook URL should be listed here. Just click on update. So here is the hook URL available. Copy this, go to Zapier and insert the URL here. That's good. Our webhook URL is available. So now select the payload. So the payload can be JSON or form type. So I'm selecting form type here for demonstrating purpose. And now select the data, which is actually a key value pair. You will give a key from Fluent CRM and assign the data to the key. So let's go back to the webhook and get the keys. So the very first key is we'll actually want the first name to be sent to Fluent CRM. So we'll select first name, use the key, and from here select the first name here, F9. So click on the plus icon. So now we'll sync the last name. So select the last name from here, and to get the last name key, go to Fluent CRM webhook and it will give you the key actually. So use this last name here. Now we'll also need the email here. So here is the email, and to get the email key, you need to go to the Fluent CRM again, and it's actually just email. The key for the email is actually email. So here it is, the name, email, and first name and last name. Now we can wrap request in array, okay, as it is, file, the file level unflattened, okay. The rest field are as it is. We do not need any headers, okay. It will be the default header. So let's click on continue. Now we'll do a test like we did when we got the submission from GiveWP. Now we'll do a test like whether Zapier is submitting the data to Fluent CRM. So let's click on test and continue. So Zapier submitted the data to Fluent CRM. Let's see whether Fluent CRM received the data. So go to contacts and all contacts. It's not received actually. So there's something wrong, might be. Actually it's received. Here it is. Here it is. So it's actually working. So we can now turn on the Zap. It will take a bit of second, a second or two. So the Zap page is now turned on, and now any GiveWP form submission should be sent with our Fluent CRM plugin. So let's go back to the form and go to the preview URL, and now do another test. So the amount is this time 250 and the name is test. So we'll do everything for actually test at gmail.com and submit. So this should be available into the Fluent CRM dashboard and contact dashboard. Here it is, it's available. So now the integration between GiveWP and Fluent CRM is working. Actually the integration is done through Zapier. Zapier is working like a bridge. Zapier is connecting both GiveWP and Fluent CRM. Thanks for watching this video.